Welcome back to a very special series here on TarHeelIllustrated.com as we take a look at the class of 2021 in basketball recruiting. Our focus, of course, the UNC Tar Heels and the targets that Roy Williams and his staff will be looking at this spring and summer. Of course, right now there are no events to go to, so information is not coming out as it typically would this time of year. We don't know who the staff is going to watch because there are no events to go watch. But there's still stuff going on. It might be happening a little bit more behind the scenes, if you will, but recruiting is ongoing, evaluation is ongoing, and information continues to flow, and nobody better than our very own Clint Jackson to give us information on the kids that UNC is going after for this class. So Clint, we're going to do a series here, a Clint Jackson special snapshot series looking at the class of 21. Basically what we're doing here is we're going to run a written piece, sort of an evaluation, what's up, what's the scoop going on with this kid one day. And the next day we're going to run a podcast where we kind of discuss what's in the piece. So we give a little bit more information, kind of fill in the cracks on that. So I'm excited about this series, Clint. I've seen a lot of what you've done in it already. It's fantastic stuff. I know that our readers are going to like it. And the people who check us out here on YouTube at our YouTube channel, Tar Heel Illustrated, if you want to also read what Clint's doing, go to TarHeelIllustrated.com. And his fantastic work is there as well. So Clint, the series, we're going to begin with Kennedy Chandler, but before we get into that, your thoughts looking ahead at the dozen or so kids you're featuring here over the next few weeks.
I think most of the 12 or 13 guys that we're featuring over the next few weeks are well-defined targets. Most of them do have offers. Some of them could be on the verge of offers. And, you know, as we record these, some of that information might change if things evolve like you were talking about. But I am very excited to talk about these players. I am excited to move on from the class of 2020, as you know. You know, getting into the juniors and sharing intel with my network of sources, it's a lot of fun. And I'm you know, getting a good pulse right before I do these Zoom casts. So hopefully the information when we deliver it to the THI subscribers will be very up to date.
Well, we're going to dive into it right now. We're going to start off with Kennedy Chandler. He's a five-star point guard, 6-foot kid. Rivals right now has him as the number 10 overall prospect in the class. So first of all, what do you like about Kennedy Chandler's game?
Well, as you said, he's the number 10 prospect according to Rivals in the country right now, and I believe he's the number 1 rated point guard in the class. You know, he is 6 foot, so he doesn't have that great size. Not 6'3", 6'4", like some of the other guys in classes before him. But I think my favorite thing about Kennedy Chandler is how poised he is. He's never going to play rushed. He's always going to be calm in chaos. He can play fast. He can play slow. But one of the things that I really like about him is he always has control of the team, and he never gets rattled.
Well, game managers are very important in certain systems in college basketball, and certainly the one that Carolina employs, that's paramount. We've seen young kids come in before, and they could be super talented. They could be able to do a million things with the ball, but until they become more connected and learn how to manage what's going on out there, they aren't consistent. We saw Kobe White 2 years ago. When he kind of figured that out and he became more connected with the rest of his guys, that's when he shot up and he became a lottery pick. When you look at Kennedy Chandler, is the game there to go with the management stuff where he can become that kind of guy pretty quickly in college?
I think so. And that's one of my favorite things about him is he's just so calm and so poised. And, you know, he's never going to let things get out of control. But he can also play fast. There's a difference between playing fast and playing out of control and playing fast and playing in control. I think Ty Lawson did that very well for UNC, where he always played fast, but he didn't turn the ball over like crazy. And that's one of the things I really like about Kennedy Chandler is that he has the ability to do that. He's going to be able to play in the fast system, the transition sort of breakneck pace that UNC would play or Kentucky would play or even a Tennessee would play. But he's not going to turn the ball over, and he's going to give you that sense of calm that Roy Williams really loves his point guards to have. So one of the things I would say Kennedy Chandler would be able to do is to give Roy that sense of calm pretty quickly if they were fortunate enough to land him. And they're going to have their hands full to win this one, but they are very much in the back.
Not everyone watching this or listening to this knows a lot about Kennedy Chandler, but there are some people who do. There are some people that have seen a lot of video, maybe even seen him in person. From your evaluation, what's one thing that might surprise those people who have seen a lot and know a lot about Kennedy Chandler?
Since I've already talked about his poise and his calm, I'll talk about his defense. There's a lot of guys out there that just want to say, all right, you get yours and I'll get mine. And at the end of the game, I hope I get more of mine than you got of yours. He's not one of those guys. He actually engages on the defensive side of the ball. He takes pride in it, moves his feet, gets in passing lanes, gets a lot of steals. And, that's one of the things I really like about him is that he engages on both sides of the ball.
Okay, Carolina and Kennedy Chandler. What right now here in the middle of May is the pulse in this situation?
I know when they first offered, there was a lot of buzz. I used to talk to his dad a lot, Clint Chandler, and there was a big buzz. Carolina was a big one for them. Now they've got pretty much all the blue bloods involved. I believe his list is currently at 5, if I'm not mistaken. Kentucky's involved, Duke's involved, North Carolina's involved, and he has 2 local schools in his home state, Tennessee, which is going to be a really big player, and then also Memphis, which he only about 15 minutes from campus there. So 5 players or 5 schools battling out for Kennedy Chandler. I think UNC would definitely have their work cut out for them. Some players staying an extra year at a Duke or Kentucky might help. Paolo Banchero not picking Tennessee may help because I know that he's interested in playing with him in college if he can. But Carolina's very much in the thing. I just think they have some work cut out for them. I would not call them the unofficial leader at this point. But, again, that's just my read, my pulse, and my intel.
Well, Roy has made up ground during the course of spring, summer, and fall with kids before. Walker Kessler just last fall. We didn't think that Carolina was leader for him, and then next thing you know, Roy was able to make that happen. If Kennedy Chandler goes to North Carolina, that's our last question before we close the book here on Kennedy Chandler. Let's say he picks Carolina, he goes in his freshman year, and Caleb Love leaves. You think he's the guy that Roy could pretty quickly hand the keys? I know what you said about his game and the control and everything else, but do you envision him as a guy that could take the keys in college from day one and run the show?
I do. I really do. I think he, like anybody, they got to come in and understand what Roy wants to do. He's going to have to learn how to run the system, run the secondary break, all those different things. But I think he's a guy that has the mentality, in addition to the physical skills, to step right in and start as a freshman.
He's Clint Jackson. This is the Class of 2021 Snapshot Series audio-video version. You can check out the written stuff on our site, TarHeelIllustrated.com. If you like this video and all the ones that we do, go ahead and subscribe to our channel so you get and hit that notification bell. You can get updates every time we upload something, and we do it often. And if you're a Carolina fan, you'll like the stuff we have coming up. Clint, thanks a lot, my friend. We'll be back to talk about the rest of the series as we go along.
Appreciate it, guys. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for stopping by.